I want you to just start to breathe nice and steady. Nice and steady. There's no expectation in today's class. There's no pressure. It's just about you, your space. Just giving ourselves our basic needs. Moving, breathing. Giving ourselves space to process whatever's going on in our experience. Whatever happened in our day. If your eyes aren't already closed, allow your eyes to close. Now watch as the exhale leaves the body. And watch how it takes away any tension to start with. Just notice your body sink into its seat. And as you do that, as you feel your body just find its space, notice how the body feels. Notice where you feel any stretches, any tension, any niggles, any looseness. This is the point in your practice, whether you're practicing online, live class, watching a recording. This is where you create your unique practice. This is where you tune into your body. No one's going to feel the way that you feel. You might be flowing into similar positions, trying different movements that look similar. No one feels it the way that you do. This is the key focus for today's practice. So whatever pops up in your experience today, as you practice, enjoy it. Be with it. Know how far to go in your practice. You're the one experiencing it. You're the one guiding it. And bring the hands together, the palms together, the fingertips together. Breathe in and breathe out. Take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to bring the right hand behind the body, the left hand to the right knee. And exhale round to twist. Breathe into it. Feel where your body is at. And we'll hold in a little longer. I want you just to see how things change. If you have to leave the pose, please do. But I want you to notice as you breathe into it, as your body adjusts, as your mind slows down. Can you feel anything shift? Can you encourage any shifts with your mind, with your breath? we start to hold poses a little bit longer, we give our mind the opportunity to think. And it will do so, which is perfectly normal, but it's an opportunity, again, for you to notice even your mind, even in a posture. So again, if you notice your mind is busy, brilliant. You're noticing your mind. You're the one that's aware of it. Okay, inhale back to the center. Lengthen through the spine. And exhale round, sending the right hand to the left knee. Support with the back hand. Observe how you feel in those first few moments in this posture. Breathe. If your body's telling you to lift out and come back to center, feel free. And release back. Beautiful. Okay, send those legs forward. You've been sitting in a cross-leg position for a little while. I just want you to extend your feet forward. Okay, I'm going to stretch through the heels. I'm going to lift the toes backwards. So very gently. Very simply. We're going to draw the toes backwards. And what we're going to do, if you feel that you're sitting slumped into your position, we need to see if you can activate your quads. So you're lifting your chest forward, trying to straighten and back through the crown. Now, in any seating pose or any grounded posture, that's kneeling, if it ever gets too much in a practice, whether you're in a studio, whether you're practicing online, or if you're doing a recording, this is what we call a samasthiti, a base posture. So if you ever feel like you need a little break, go back here. Just take your time, rest here for 2 or 3 poses. And when you feel ready to jump back into class, do it so at your own pace. But these postures are really good for just calming the mind, giving you the opportunity to really ground back into the body and listen to what you need. Okay? If your hamstrings are a little tight, might feel a little tight today, you can bend the knees slightly, tilt the tailbone, and you may find that that helps your back. Straight. Cool. Now, regardless of where you're at right now, I just want you to take a deep breath in, close your eyes, and just really feel into this position. Your hands can be, to be honest, wherever they want. On your shins, on your thighs. They can be in Savasana. Again, basic posture, but a lot of control. I find that this gets a little bit more challenging than you initially thought. Take a bit more effort to hold this posture. Breath in and relax. Now you might find that it gets a bit stronger in the core. Really good for your posture. Middle of your back, drawing your shoulders back as well. So if you're at desk all day, or if you're typing, or anything that can cause you to have rounded shoulders, this is a great posture to bring awareness to the body. Okay, very good, everybody. Now, from here, I'm going to show you from the side. We're just going to come into a half pigeon. So we're going to bring the front femur in front of the belly button. Keep a nice 90-degree bend to the front leg. We're going to bring back leg to the side. We're going to keep that into a 90-degree bend as well. Okay. From this position, we're going to use our hands and we're going to lift our chest up. Now this might be a little bit strong for some. If so, move that knee back around and you'll find you get a little bit more movement into the hips. Okay, if there's any discomfort in the knee, please stop. So from the front, it's a bit like this. So we're keeping that femur going forward. Sometimes I see a tendency for this leg to be pointing that way or even that way, and people fold over here. We want to fold directly over the thigh. So bring your shoulders, square your shoulders so they're running aligned with your thigh. Deep breath. And as you exhale, we're just going to fold over that front leg. Some of you may not even get very far, that's fine. We're looking for a stretch down the outside of the glutes here. Now some of you with nice open hips may find that you can completely fold and bring your head almost to the floor. Now I want you to listen to your body here. And there's also a difference when you're folding forward. So if you found your stretch, please stay there and just enjoy the posture. But if you're struggling to find this a little bit, which can be the case, be mindful when we fold that we don't just dip the head. What we want to do is bring the chest forward. So imagine that your belly button is going this way and your thigh is going this way. So you're trying to draw the thigh backwards. So your thigh won't move, but you're kind of activating it. So you're drawing the thigh back, you're bringing your belly button forward along with your chest, along with your head. And you'll find that you start to feel the stretch to your glute a bit more. Now don't worry if you don't, okay? Don't worry if you're not feeling it, as long as it's not causing any discomfort and pain. As we practice this more, as you're more aware in it, you'll start to find that your body loosens off and you're able to find different stretches in your posture. Perfect. And lifting up. Now, just before we come out of the posture here, what I'm going to ask you to do is, being mindful of this back leg, make sure there's no pain in the knee. We're just going to lean back, and you may find a bit of a stretch inside the side hip. Okay, so this will work on your internal external rotations. Shouldn't be any pain or discomfort here, and you're really not forcing anything. You just want to feel a bit of a deeper stretch inside the hip. Very good. Well done, everybody. And exhale, release. We're going to send that left leg to the side. Perfect. Now, there is a way of just transferring over, but I want you guys to get set up, because one side of your hip may be a little bit different to the other. Okay, so take your time with this. Remember, femur going forward. Now I can already feel this. The external rotation in my right side is so much more restrictive than my left side, where I find it hard to actually stay up without my hand, because the inside of this leg here is actually quite tight. It's an area that I'm working on. So you may find that too, and that's perfectly fine. You just may need to adjust this back leg a little bit to accommodate. Okay, when you found that, deep inhale. Again, remember the belly button forward, femur backwards. We're trying to find that down the outside of the left leg. Again, some of you may be able to just completely fold over that front leg, that's fine. Okay, we're going to hold this a little bit longer. Use your exhale. Your body knows that you're safe, it's all okay. You're in control. As long as there's no sharpness, no pain, and you can guide yourself deeper into the stretch. Okay, and lift it. Just as before, I'm going to press back. So nice straight torso. I can really feel it on, it's like deep in the hip here. Relax forward. Okay, extend, ground. I'll have a chat with you guys after about that posture because I'm aware when I'm working with people in person, just a few little tweaks can make all the difference. So from this position here, we're going to keep the tailbone tilted, chest nice and high, bring the heels back. I'm going to lean into the hands. It's a beautiful hip opener, and we're just going to let one side fall in at a time and out. So we're not window wipering the legs, just one leg at a time. Keep the bum on the floor. So be mindful that you don't let everything lift and you find the twist in the spine. You want to find it into the hip. So even if the leg's only coming in a little bit and then opening out. Beautiful for your hip health. So everything nice and loose. It allows the little muscles within the hip joint to work. We don't always get the opportunity to do so when we're standing or sitting all day. This allows, I guess, blood flow to get the extremities of the joints. Squeezes capillaries, helps blood flow. Beautiful stuff. And the whole time we're doing this, we're breathing. Okay, and last one. Excellent. Okay. Now extend the feet out a little wider. Again, sitting up on the tailbone. If you need to sit on the block here, it's absolutely fine. Hands together. Inhale up. Exhale forward. Again, just like we did in Dandasana, where we're activating the thighs and the quads to keep yourself forward. So if you feel like you're not going any further, it's okay just to squeeze the upper thighs and draw the toes backwards. And if you can reach your feet, that can be another way to take yourself deeper into this posture. But again, no expectation, no pressure. Well done, everybody. Walk the hands over to the left foot. This might be a little bit strong for some, so just if you need to just bring your hands to your shins or your thighs, it's absolutely fine. Now, you don't have to take this next posture, so if it feels good where you're at, stay there. And if you like to thread your left hand and send your right arm towards the sky, towards the ceiling, feel free. This is just such a beautiful posture for your back on a daily basis. I really like weaving this into my classes because not only are you strengthening your hips by keeping your sit bones anchored to the mat, you're really opening up the sides of the body in a way we don't get a chance to do throughout our day. Helps your breathing, opens up the heart, the chest, encourages you to breathe deeper. And release that, come back to center. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to extend forward. Walk our hands over to the right foot. Breathe and use your breath. Keep your left sit bone anchored in the mat. And if you'd like to take this deeper, thread the hand. Release the hand, lifting back up into your center. Beautiful. Okay. Bring your feet together, the soles of the feet together. Now, I've noticed this is probably my most variable pose. And what I mean by that is, some days, depending on what I've been doing, I can come into this posture and my knees close to the floor. I can come into this posture. Sometimes they're just really up here. Okay, so this isn't one that you ever want to force. You can manipulate this posture with certain contractions and weights if you need. But right now, I just want you to open your feet out like a book, and imagine your femurs, your thigh bones, just rotating around. So you're rotating the thigh bone, and you're going to bring your knees towards the floor as you do it. I want you to feel what you feel it. You know how it sounds? Well, people are going to feel this in different places. Most of the time it's inside here. Sometimes people can feel it deep inside the hips, especially around the bum, into the glutes, and really feeling it deep into the hip. So just listen to what your body says and where you're feeling this. It just dictates on how you open this up, what your body's telling you. Perfect. And inhale. Excellent. Well done, everybody. Good, a thumbs up on camera. One's okay. Thanks, Tara. Perfect. Okay. All right. Bring yourself to a kneeling position. Hands on the shoulders and knees under the hips. Let's take a few rounds of cat-cow. Draw your eyes, chin and chest forward. And exhale, back round, push into the hands, tuck the tailbone underneath. Track the shoulders, come all the way around. And inhale through. And exhale around. Last time. And exhale. Perfect. Take your left foot up to the outside of the left hand and tuck the toes of the back leg. Press into the right hand, exhale round for twist. Very good. And as you inhale, I want you to see, and only if it's in your practice can you drop into the hips a little bit more. So you're supporting yourself through the left foot, the right knee and the right hand. It's not going all into the hand here. So make sure you're transferring your weight evenly and that you have awareness of this. If you feel like it's all in your wrist, back out. Perfect. And back down. Send that left foot out and round. We're going to bring the toes underneath the heels. We're going to move into downward facing dog. If this isn't in your practice, send your hands forward and let your chest melt towards the floor and then hold there. If it is in your practice, we're going to tilt the tailbone, press up, keeping the knees bent, creating a nice straight line from the heels through the hips to the shoulders first. So you want to push your hands into the mat, feel the energy transfer into the shoulders, into the hips, and only then do we want to start to straighten the knees. And if you find that the legs start to shake or that the back starts to round, keep the knees bent, keep that nice straight back. Perfect. Breathe. And release, press forward on the toes. Bring the right foot up towards the right hand, drop the left knee. Okay, press the left hand into the floor. Find your weight between the right foot, left knee, left hand, and begin to twist up again. Deep breath in, and if it is in your practice, exhale into the hips. What we're working towards here, well, we're not really working towards anything, but if you want to feel your flexibility develop, notice the line from the inside of the front leg to the back leg. Okay, so if we're going for more of a split and you want to see that deepen, you'll see there's an angle between the inner thigh and the top of the other thigh. Okay, the more you practice, you'll find that that line actually becomes straight, so it's a 180 degree. So at some points you might feel when you look there or you see in the camera, actually my angle is right, it's more obtuse. You can see that there's a bend, there's an angle, but when you see your flexibility develop, you'll notice that there starts to be a bit more of a straighter line from the knee to the knee. So anyway, I thought I'd show you that way of measuring your flexibility in a lunge position. Now breathe. And relax back down. Heel toe that right foot out. And we're going to take a beautiful child's pose here. Now, what I'd like you to do is just tilt your tailbone first. Slowly bring your bum towards your heel. So even this is a conscious movement. And then from here, breathe in and like imagine you're rolling your belly vertebrae per vertebra over your thighs, all the way to the point you can bring your head down to the mat. Then you can bring your hands behind your feet. Then take a moment. Feel the breath expanding your belly against your thighs. On your next inhale, begin to lift yourself out. Beautiful. Okay. Now a little bit of a twist to finish here. I'm going to send the left hand to the side of the mat. Inhale, lift the right arm up. Exhale, twist all the way through. Slowly supporting yourself down with the left arm, keeping the elbow above the wrist. You may need to extend the hand out to the side, hips above the knees. We want to make sure that we're supporting ourselves in the shoulder here, that we're not compressing and putting lots of pressure into the neck. So use the left hand on your shoulder. The next inhale, press in. Bring your arm all the way through. Stretch all the way up towards the ceiling and release down. Send the right hand to the edge of the mat. Inhale. The left hand threads through. And again on the next inhale, thread everything through, and lift. And relax back down. In a way that feels good for you, come to a seated position and press your heels to the edge of your mat. Lifting up the chest, use your heels actually as they edge into the mat to keep core nice and strong. So as we do so, we're going to slowly lower ourselves down. Stop. Hold. Lift back up. And slowly back. Hold. Lift the left foot. Point the toe. The right foot. Point your toe. Lift up. Slowly back. Drop the heels. Even further. Hold. Lift up. And slowly lift up. Hold. Lift the left foot. Lift the right foot. And extend all the way back. Up. We create a little bit of heat before we move into last pose, which is going to be happy baby. So I want you to bring the knees backwards. I want you to allow the knees to drop to the sides a little bit, and here just find a bit of a movement. You know, you can just move the knees in a bit of a circle, and I want you to feel into the hips. You don't have to have your hands on your knees. They can be big circles or small circles. This is just to feel, basically, I guess the looseness, or whatever you're feeling in the body after today's practice. We focus on the hips quite a lot on the spine. So this just gives you a feel without gravity pressing into the hips. Just any tightness, any looseness. Okay, cool. Let's drop the knees out wide. Thread the hands through the knees. Reach for the big toes or hooking the fingers over the feet and draw the toes back. We want to tilt the tailbone into the mat so that the back is flat throughout. What this does, it kind of stops you rolling on a rounded spine, which can just be uncomfortable if you've got a hard floor or not that much padding. But what it also does, it anchors your hips. So as you tilt back to bring the coccyx down towards the mat, it lengthens, should I say, your hamstrings, that side of your pelvis. So you actually get a deeper stretch to the inside of your hamstrings running through the legs. Okay, and slowly release the heels down. Okay, just before we finish, let's just take a few circles to the knees. Massage the lower spine. Again, as I mentioned, quite a few twists today as well. But this is also a way of just winding down your focus and your effort. and release. Slowly bring the knees down, the heels to the corners of your mat. Your palms facing up. And for the next 5 breaths, long, deep, conscious breaths, I want you to feel yourself get more relaxed with every exhale, like the tide on the ebb. Taking away any tension, any effort. Just for the next minute, enjoy the silence, enjoy the stillness. Just like at the start of our practice. How you're feeling right now and what you're feeling. The sensations, your thoughts, your environment. That's only one perspective. That's the only perspective of that experience. For me, it's a very humbling experience. It's a very humbling realization that this is just completely unique to you. Taking your time when you're ready. Begin to join me in a seated position. You know you've practiced now. You know how you like to leave Savasana. I'm sure you have your own little routine taking your time and feels ready. Okay, we'll bring our hands. There's nothing more in this house. That's it. Lovely. Now, of course, feeling chill. And you want to be in with your evening, then I completely understand. But as ever, I am for the camera.
That was great. I like.
No, thank you, Sylvia. No, thanks, Tara. Good. Sometimes it's important just to slow it right down. Good. Job done. Happy. Oh, hey Monica. Oh, good. Monica is your first class with us, so welcome. I'm really happy you joined us.
I am already there.
Oh, that's really good to hear. Did you manage okay with some of the postures?
Yes, thank you. Better than I expected.
Good.
But I have been practicing a lot.
Yeah. Every day for the last 10 days. That's pretty good. Excellent. No, it's great to see you here. And it's great to see our community expanding as ever.